You know, it's really funny. The only button on this thing that doesn't have like a power or start button on it or indication is the button that starts the camera. So who would have thought? Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Rice Rocketeer. Today, I am in this cul-de-sac that I like to stop by. It's like the perfect distance. It's a little past Mineola. It's about 30-ish miles out here, and it's a very chill day. Perfect weather. It's like 60 degrees, breezy, cool. Starting this day a little bit different. This video a little bit different, guys. I realized I've kind of been all over the place, and if you don't care for this, don't worry. There's going to be triple footage and the soundtrack to match, so that's coming. But I want to take some time and just kind of like recap what's been going on in my life, because I realize I usually do these vlogs where I ride and I talk while I ride, but I've done less of that lately, and that's primarily because I've been a little bit scattered. As I mentioned in a previous vlog, guys, I got a new job, which is awesome, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I also got a new bike, which I'll talk about a little bit too. I've talked about it in other videos, but just a little more in depth. But this will be kind of like a casual catch-up session, just kind of recap of my life and where I'm at. So stay tuned. Let's see. I got a new job. That was first. I'm now a assistant project manager for a construction company, a GC, general contractor firm, and that's been a tremendous amount of fun. If you're just tuning in, guys, I worked in restaurants for a very long time, and that era of my life is over, and I struggled for about 7 months trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do next, because I think restaurants kind of leave you void and empty, so I didn't really know, and I spent some time soul searching and a lot of time doing this, moto vlogging. I made a lot of videos, and just recently, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I started at this firm, and really the whole job, it's very different than what I'm used to. It's a desk job, so I'm 9 to 5 now. I'm part of the normal working world, which is kind of cool, different, and my job is essentially just, it's kind of like bookkeeping, but not only with financials, with schedules and who's ordering what. It's everything I was doing as a general manager in a restaurant, but without food and without hospitality, so to speak. Of course, hospitality comes in any job that you do, but it's not primarily that, which is really nice to switch up from that. I do mostly coordination of subcontractors and kind of trying to figure out who needs to be where, when. A large majority, a bulk of my job recently, because we've had a bunch of new projects in this firm, is to do basically the primary stages of any construction project, which is getting proposals, getting the team together, and writing up numbers and looking at the plans and learning a little bit about architecture, a little bit about building, a little bit about everything. So I've had a great time doing it, and I know most people would probably say that sounds really, really boring, but for me, it's kind of that part of my brain that I really wanted to utilize more in restaurants, but you never get to because you got to be on the floor and taking care of people. So it's all the planning stages. It takes a lot of organization and coordination, and that's stuff that I tend to enjoy. So very happy with that part of my life. The schedule is new and is different, so the 9 to 5 thing, I'm kind of wrapping my head around it, and I still naturally stay up late, just because, not because I want to or I'm doing anything fun, it's just because I'm so used to just being up until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then you need time to wind down and you need time to kind of reset for the next day, and before you know it, it's like 4 in the morning. So it's not the case anymore, and I'm really trying to like get on schedule with eating normally, waking up normally, allotting time for family and friends, as well as taking care of the errands that I need to do and taking care of the dog. All those things kind of factor in, and I'm trying to balance all those things. So I feel like I'm becoming an adult again for the first time. And then to further complicate things, guys, I did a couple videos about this. probably have seen them if you're subscribed. If you're not, subscribe and check out the other videos of me picking up my brand new Indian Scout Rogue. That's my new addition to the motorcycle family, guys. Now I have 2 bikes. I have this triple that you'll be seeing in this footage that I'm about to shoot, and I also have an Indian, a cruiser, to kind of even it out, even the playing field out, guys. I want to chill and cruise sometimes, and I love that bike, guys. I'm primarily riding it now. I ride it to and from work, so that's my commuter bike, and I'm really liking the laid back thing, and the Scout is no slouch either, guys. It's zippy. Like, once you hit 6,000 RPM, that thing really takes off. Like, it's a whole another stage of that bike. So you know, no slouch. But I've really enjoyed that bike so far. It's been a little difficult to balance the two because, again, I don't have the same time I used to. In restaurants, I had all day before my shift started. I could ride. I could wake up early and go for a long ride. This is 9 to 5. It takes out the bulk of the day, so my option is now. And now that it's summer, I'm lucky. It's nice out, but I don't have the same freedom that I used to. So getting time to take this bike out and really enjoy it for what it is scarce. The major difference that I talked about again in my other videos, but I'll say it again because I really felt the effect of this on my ride out here was that the mindset's so different and the bikes are so different that jumping in between the two, I felt like I hadn't ridden this bike before today, before this ride. And I had a couple little scares just because I forget where the clutch lets out. It's all so delicate on this bike. And on the Indian, it's not rough, but it's still a polished bike, but it's just, everything's a lot simpler. It's pull the clutch in, clunk the gear into place, and then let it out. And this is a little more delicate, a little more precise. Everything from the brakes, from the gear to the gears to everything, how the engine revs out. So it takes some real time to get acclimated again. I'm a little choppy on the throttle. Hopefully it's smoothed out and the ride home will be really nice. But anyway, yeah, having 2 bikes, it's different. I'm very excited. I'm very happy to have these 2 different experiences that I'm capable of doing on the weekly if I want to, on the daily if I really wanted to, but it's different. I feel like I have a split personality a little bit, so I'm still wrapping my head around that. And I got an exhaust for the Indian, so I'm starting to make some good content there. But anyway, those are the changes in my life, guys. And you know, I've really hit this period of kind of like peace. I know that sounds weird, but like I feel so peaceful right now. You know, of course there are things that I will want and things that I want to achieve, but I think the 7 months that I took off to do some reflecting and do inward self work, you know, like the Gen Z work on yourself, love thyself type of thing, right? There's a lot to be said for it because I came out the other end just a lot more peaceful, a lot more calm. You know, when I look at myself dealing with this new job and how I used to deal with, I've had many jobs at different restaurants. I've worked in 9 restaurants here in the city and then more in Boston and in my past. So in all of those jobs, I was always absolutely miserable, completely stressed out, contributed to my drinking problem. But there was just always something to worry about and something to fuss about. And I've just hit this really nice place. I don't know if it's the 30s. I don't know if it's just being sober the right amount of time. I just hit 3 years. Maybe it's a combination of all of it. I don't know, but I'm in a very good place. You know, and that's a good thing, I guess. But it's weird. It's like a psychological. I got a plane. It's kind of like I guess it's like an abusive mindset, right? Like I feel like I'm so used to being stressed out and unhappy and depressed that like it feels weird not to have that, like to not have the bad thing in your life. That was kind of like the defining structure in my life. So without that, it feels weird. It's like I go to lean against a wall and it's not there anymore, which is like the best way I can explain it, you know. I find these triggers that I used to have where I used to get really angry at things and wouldn't be the perfect excuse to ride a bike is when I would jump on the bike. And I can identify the triggers, but I don't feel the same way. I just don't have that same kind of like burning anger inside of me. to blow up. So I think actually a large part of it too is this and writing, and this has been a wonderful supplement for self-destructive behavior. Although you could argue this is potentially self-destructive, but you know what I mean. Yeah, this period is rather nice right now, and rather than question it and think about it, I'm gonna just try to allow it to be and enjoy it and shoot some footage. That's a wonderful kind of accomplishment, I would call it, in my life, is to like reach that place where you can just kind of be for a little bit. So that's really nice. It's good for me. It's not all that great for the channel because I don't have as much to share. I don't have as much I'm frustrated about or things I need to talk about in New York. I'm just kind of it's whatever, man. But yeah, most of the rides that I've been taking lately, I haven't been talking a lot just because I don't feel that same compulsion to fit this. That's what this whole vlog thing was about, was really me trying to figure out stuff in my life. And right now I'm kind of cool. So right now you're just going to be getting some riding footage on the two bikes that I really enjoy. Maybe I'll do a little talking. This is a bit much. This is going to be the most talking I do in a vlog. Yeah, it's just going to be riding footage. Try to go to some new cool places because I know I do a lot of the same places, but I just, again, with my schedule, I'm trying to figure out how to balance it all. And the whole 10-hour exploration day isn't really on the table right now. So I'll take what I can get. And if it's the same roads, that's cool with me. So anyway, that's enough yammering, guys. I appreciate if you stuck it through until this point. I really appreciate it. I'm going to jump on the bike. Well, I'm already on the bike. I'm going to start the bike up and we're going to go for a nice little ride as the sun goes down. Maybe end up in the city. I don't know. Oh, congestion tax is no more. That's, well, at least until next election season. I don't know. That's exciting. So now I can go back into the city. That's good for you all, guys. I was worried about that. Anyway, let's get going. Yeah, let me get geared up and let's ride. Look at this weather. Oh, man. What a great day. Another date. Another reason to be happy, guys. This weather is perfect. Oh, man. Not sweating. Can't ask for more than that, right? All right. All right, guys. Let's get going. You will all see how choppy my throttle is, how much of an amateur I've become on the street triple in my pursuit of the cruiser lifestyle. It is a tad embarrassing. It's also like I've totally forgot how tall this bike is. It's feeling real confident for a minute there. All right, lots of ducks and rabbits, guys. Oh wait, I already did that. Bye, geese. Here we go. All right, guys. I will say, guys, lucky for you, I think my nerves have steadied out after talking and sitting and chilling. So I think we're in for a good ride home. Can't help it, can't help it. one thing I did want to say, and that I didn't, I apologize, is how thankful I am for all of you guys who have subscribed and followed this journey throughout those 7 months and throughout this period of my life, because the little phase that I was talking about that I'm in right now, the happy phase, the good phase, I'm only there, well, I'm partially there because of this channel and everything it's done for me and what you guys have done for me. Some of you guys are diehards, guys, and I really appreciate it. You watch every premiere, you tune in, you comment, we chat, and it's weird because I kind of feel like I know you, but I know I don't. Who knows, maybe one day we shall meet. But I wanted to say thank you to everybody. I think I can check in my stats, but just from memory and from what I can gather. Red light? Do we stop? Do we stop? Yes, we do. Hold on 1 second. Woo! That feels really good. Oh, I gotta do one thing. There we go. Set my helmet. There we go. Okay. One thing that one person who, or a couple people who have been consistent supporters. Rad Dad, you've been watching since like day one. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here for every video. Goddamn, really appreciate it. Shin888, you too, man. I've been seeing you so much. I really appreciate the support, guys. You know, this is such a fun journey for me, being able to put these videos together, get back to my roots in film, and be able to ride my motorcycle, share the journey with you guys, edit it together. It's a real treat for me, and it only works because of you guys. So I really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody. There's tons more too. Like you guys I've been talking to since literally my first couple videos when I got this triple, guys. You've been in it to win it. And I really appreciate it. Pedro, you're another one. You're watching more and more lately. And I think I'm probably getting a little confused just because I'm riding here, but I think you just got a new bike. We were just talking about that like a couple weeks ago. Congratulations if it is the case. I'm not as confident on this shooting as I used to be. It was so second nature to me when I was riding every single day for like hours, and now I've become a bit rusty. See, a little choppy. Damn, this guy's... not looking. I guess nor should she be, because... yes. Yeah, so anyway, guys, shout out to everybody who has followed and supports, guys. Just by watching, just by being there, it really means a lot. I wanted to say that, and I totally didn't in the opening, so I'm so sorry. Another thing I wanted to kind of address or talk about is, like, I've been considering this for like well over a month now, and that's the wide angle lens, guys. Like, I've gotten a fair amount of comments about this being too fisheye or making people kind of dizzy, and I've really considered doing it the not wide angle lens version, and I just can't
I just can't bring myself to do it, because for me, just like from my personal perspective, it communicates visually how this ride really feels and is in the moment, right? Like, when I put it on, I've done a few videos like this. A couple of them I posted. I don't remember which ones. There's one going from the Bronx back to Manhattan, and that one I did kind of the normal lens. And I really wasn't a fan of it because it just didn't feel like this in the moment, like right now, to me. And really, I want to bring you on the ride with me, and I want you to feel what I feel when I'm riding. So to me, that's the best way to do it. Now, I put a poll up, and it was like a 50-50 split. So I was like, geez, I don't know. I mean, 50% is enough to make the change, but I just really, I guess I'm being stubborn about it. And if you guys speak out enough, I will cave, and I will stop using the super wide angle lens. But I just really, to me, when I watch the footage myself, it really feels like the ride itself. And I just feel like it doesn't do the ride service when you do a regular lens, to me. I know that's, you know, totally subjective, but you know, that's where I stand on it. And it is still possible to make the change, and I'm open to being swayed, but it's kind of important to me to have it feel the way that I feel it, and I really think that it does that. So until that point, I'm gonna leave it. You guys drop your comments in the section below, in the yeah, tongue-tied. Yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Continue to let me know what you think on all the videos. Just keep hammering away at me, and eventually I'll smarten up, I suppose. Thank you. Big bump. Oh, it's really nice to have suspension again on my Indian. As much as I love that bike, no goddamn suspension in the back. Which, big surprise, bobbers don't have suspension in the back. So I'm gonna do a few small things. I'm gonna get another seat. I'm gonna probably soften up the suspension. I really don't want to get the Fox shocks. I don't want to get the $2,000 upgrade just to make the thing rideable. I'd rather, it's not like god awful. Hitting big bumps really does hurt. So I think a new seat, softening up the suspension will do wonders. And then I want to ride this bike more. It's just so easy to ride the Indian, you know. It's like being able to put my feet down, being able to just kind of get through traffic and not really worry about, you know, being balanced up this high. Like, you're just so much more grounded and so much more stable. It's like not a brainless ride, but it's a much more easy ride mentally. And when I'm getting to and from work, I've realized it's been very nice to just kind of pull the throttle and go. It's quite nice. And it's also a very emotion-evoking ride. Like, I really like you. So is this, but it's in just such a different way. Like, it is so rewarding to pin that throttle and just hear the V-twin kind of like slap around. It's great. Can't explain it. I get a little giddy when I get on that bike. It's also very easy to take my girlfriend around on it. Once I get a sissy bar in the back, she will thank me and she will want to go on more rides. Alright, I'm going to deliver on my promise and I'm going to stop talking. Let's just ride through this god-awful traffic. I don't know if that was for me or not. fully acclimated right now. I feel good again. But it took a good 20 miles to like kind of shake it out. Thank you. To shake it out and get comfortable again. Like it's not a 2-block thing. Not being on this bike as much as before, again, in contrast, I really have an appreciation for how precise this motorcycle is. Like I was saying, everything from the especially the brakes. The brakes really get me. Like the amount of feedback that you get from your front brake lever, your master cylinder, is absolutely phenomenal. Like there's so much play here, and you know exactly where you're at, and like having that much control over the front brake, like it's obviously designed that way for the track, for aggressive riding, but you know, compared to the Indian isn't supposed to have some crazy ass front brake. It's just supposed to be good enough to stop you, right? And the Indian is so much more like squeeze in and let out. This is much more like you feather the lever and you're really changing your speed, like right there. Boom, that's barely any force on my middle finger. I only use one finger when braking with this bike. And it's just so impressive to me. Like I really took it for granted before. And being on this again, every time I get on this, I'm like, I am so glad I didn't sell this bike. I would have been happy enough riding that Indian every single day, but this is such like a luxury ride to me. It sounds like I'm shitting on the Indian. I'm really not. It's just it's a different purpose, and the money is put into other places, you know. And when you're of this mindset and you're riding this bike, that matters. It's a huge difference. It is such a wonderful bike, guys. I also I want to take back, I said this in 2 videos, I want to take back my statement about this potentially being for beginners, guys. It is not a beginner bike. 100% not. Like, in no way, shape, or form, no world should you start on this bike? Like, I'm sorry, I'm putting my foot down about that one. Because when I get back on, I'm like, I've ridden a fair amount. I know what to expect, and it's pretty jarring. Like, I hit a bump. I think it was right here on the way out, and I blipped the throttle a little bit like that, and it was like, If I was a beginner, I'd probably be screwed. So I want to take back that statement. I also want to take back my statement about the Indian FTR being for beginners. Pretty much what I'm getting at is, do not listen to me when it comes to the question, is this bike okay for a beginner? I have no clue. My barometer is way off. I've clearly screwed up. I don't know anymore. I say, ask somebody else, because I don't want to be responsible for this. I was watching that video. I was rewatching the review I did, the 6-month review where I talked about, is this beginner friendly? And I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, I'm thinking about, I'm kind of in between the thought process of like, maybe, I don't know, man, And I'm like, what are you thinking about? What is there to deliberate about? The answer is no. If I could go back in time and just slap myself, I would. Potentially the ugliest color I've ever seen. It's like a weird puke green, bronze, yellow, blue. Mustard. I don't know what the hell it is. On a Cadillac, no less. If you're watching this video, I apologize. But I mean, come on, like, Jesus Christ. I don't even know, I can't even describe that car. love those pops. Crackles and pops. It's a different type of crackle and pop in my Indian. Also, this hurts the ears so much more. Oh my god. The Indian exhaust, even though it's loud, it's like not really loud to me because I'm on the bike. This bike, the Race Fit, oh my god. I'm gonna have problems with my left ear, my right ear. Guy was coming up super quick behind me. Fucking Beamer. That dude right there. That guy. Chinese food. Wow, this is never this open. This is great. finally chill out. G-Wagons, $100,000 cars. I don't know about that. I'd rather buy 4 motorcycles. Go, 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 go. Oh my God, why? Oh. Alright. Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? Oh, I forgot I like stapled my helmet shut. There we go. Ah. A little bit of that fresh air. Maybe I'll go stop by Cantieri, Italian restaurant. Go get a burger. Back to the city life. So the last restaurant I worked at, I know I said this multiple times, it was this building right here, the big one. Worked in the basement of that when that was still a thing. It's since been shuttered. But was a potential cool place if the management could have figured shit out. Oh God, so bumpy, so bumpy, so bumpy. I hope it doesn't rain. That would be a real bummer to the end of this video. Alright guys, Cantieri. Oh, good to see them doing some business here. They're in a new restaurant. Again, they have Two Wheel Tuesday here a lot, and this whole place is usually covered in bikes. But if you haven't come here already, you should definitely come to check it out. Great food and really cool casual place to pull up. They'll take care of you if you ride bikes, guys. Come say what's up. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Again, thank you to the people who
have subscribed and who follow me in my journey, guys. I love you guys. I really appreciate it. And just know I'm in a better place because of you guys. So thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next one. And peace. Peace.